This is a good one. This is a good one. So, sitting here reading, Newsweek put something out. This is on the 18th, a couple days ago. A week or two ago. Black voters for Trump board member says women should be submissive and handmaidens. Now, I've discussed several times in several videos previously about how everybody around Trump is a damn fool. And how anybody, black or otherwise, who gets high up with him is thereby suspect. I stumbled over this one. And it's crazy how 10 years ago or so, we would have read something like this and been shocked someone like that would be voting for the president or supporting the president. The president would be standing beside them. Not anymore. Let's get to it. Men and women are not equal. It means not look for queens, but rather handmaidens, female servants who are submissive. Gentleman's name is Clarence Mason Weaver. Queens is hard work. We look for handmaidens, sweetheart, Weaver said. We look for a helpmate out here, girl. Calling her girl. And no king is looking to share their kingdom. He added that a woman who's not as strong as him should instead be quiet and be humble and be submissive. Men don't care how educated and accomplished women are in their careers. We don't care how great you are at work as a co-worker. We don't care what kind of career you have, what your college degrees are. That's not what we marry a woman. Okay. I'm gonna break that in pieces because it's a lot. I can't just run over this one. This is a good one. You have men like that who get women just to do that. And those are your low lifes. Those are the guys that want a mail order bride. I mean, something like that I would ask him. I'd say, man, basically you want a mail order bride. Well, it sounds like to me, you don't want somebody who's educated and informed and aware. You want a mail order bride. Basically. Well, it sounds like to me. And sometimes I wonder, like, how would this person or how would that person have anything in common with Trump? And when you read things like this, I understand how, because he's basically he's a bigot, probably homophobic, probably talks about trannies and stuff on there. He's what it is. Get guys like this. This is the same kind of guys that want to go out and get a young girl to break them because they're young and they don't know any better. Not to say that every man that gets with young women is a manipulator. I'm certainly not saying that. But this is where that comes from, guys. He's a conservative social critic and author and former talk show host. Let's see here. Let's go on. All women so masculine. Said men don't care how smart some masculine women are, and you look like a dude, you talk like a dude. Women won the right to lead the traditional roles in the home. Remarks, ladies, how are the children doing? You lack family time, raising and nursing. That's done great harm. Okay, first of all, that's capitalism. Let's slow this down. First of all, society has changed. That's a conservative talking point. That's a talking point that conservatives are trying to put out there to say that, we need to go back to this and go back to that. Well, society has changed. Back then, you could do that. I could have a little job and work at have a union, and that little job, my wife could stay at home, and I could have vacations. And a lot of folks don't have that. A lot of folks have to work overtime. Wages remain stagnant. A lot of women are in the workplace because that's the new normal. Yes, it isn't just feminism. I know what he's saying there. And I would agree with him that there's a certain level of women out here that want to be separate from men and that are really depressed and very sad. And they're not living the role they should be living. I'll go along with that. But society, it's like talking about California and how it's so expensive to live out there. That's capitalism, baby. That's what that is. The cost of living going up. That's what we've been talking about. People can't live in these areas. Yes. Black people getting moved out of their neighborhoods. Yes. You have no conservative talking point there. All right. Let's move on. They hurt society winning the right to leave the home and go to work. Well, I'm not gonna go into that. This is crazy. It's crazy shit. Trump, he defended Trump after the Access Hollywood tape came out, talking about grabbing by the pussy. Every man talks like every man thinks like that. Stop quivering behind the skirts of the feminists. No, we don't. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. It's like Bishop Talbert said. I like him. Bishop Talbert said, one white woman came out and accused him of sexual impropriety, his career will be done. And he was talking about how Trump had like 20-something women to come out against him talking like that. No, man. A lot of men aren't like that. I'm not like that. I don't sit up here thinking about taking advantage of women and molesting them and grouping them. But you know how that's wrong? I'm always telling you guys about how Trump is making white people think they can be in the club. I'm talking about working class white people. They can be working class. They can be in the class with them too, with the billionaires. The Trump's gonna let them come to the look. America's fucked up, but now you can come over to the dark side with us. Instead of saying, okay, we've been at war, this is wrong, we need to fix things. Trump's like, no, you guys just haven't been in the club. We're gonna bring you in the club now. That's what this is. Trump is a billionaire, or he purports himself to be a billionaire. Which means if he walked out here in this hall, grabbed one by their pussy right now, just groped him, just put his hand in their pussy. Guess what? He can turn right around and write a check with that same hand. Hand me a pen. Write a check for $50,000, $100,000. Boom. I can't do that. And this guy here, Clarence Weaver, he probably can't neither. So you can't do that. You can't sit here and say we think like him. Listen, it's a lot of things I want to do. I play video games sometimes. It's things on there I want to do. I can't. Why? Because that's not real. It's not even worth me thinking about it because it's not real. It's like me thinking about skydiving or something like that. I'm not gonna be doing it anytime soon. It's not gonna happen. But this is what this is all about. This idea by conservatives that we're just like billionaires. They're only a little different because they have a little more money than us. Wrong. And that's why I kind of like the things Trump does, because Trump really shows you what class is and what privilege is and how privilege works. He shows you that better than I can explain it. I mean, he just very clearly, very concisely proves to you how rich white men get away with everything and how the society was designed for them, not for us. He does it clearly on a regular basis. So this right here, talking about all men think like that. Well, maybe some men think like that, but you know the difference between us and the men in prison is that we know better. We know better. So I'm not going to joke about grabbing a woman, which is basically sexual assault. He's basically joking about sexual assault, basically joking about that to a random woman. I mean, it's beyond pervy. I mean, we all do things we're not proud of, but it's beyond pervy. It's ridiculous. And it makes you think about how much other stuff out here Trump has talked about and done that just hasn't come out yet. That's what I think about, stuff like that. It shows you a man who's gotten rich and doesn't see his riches as a way to, I can make the world better. He sees his riches as I'm a God. and you got to bow before me. I can just grab you one by the. I can grab your kids if I want. I can grab your little boy's ass if I want to. Your little 12-year-old, I can grab it by the ass. What you gonna do about it? That's basically the same ideology. Like, dude, that's sickness. That's that unholy shit, man. And that's the oppressor. That's what he is. That's it. Now, he cannot go it alone. Let's see. He got pictures with Trump. Trigger time. Let's see. I'm not going any further. Yeah, that was it. That's pretty much it. I just, like I said, I just feel as though that's the Trump ideology. Think like a billionaire. Even though you're never gonna be a billionaire, you're never gonna walk in those circles. You're never gonna walk in those areas. You're never gonna go to those parties. But think like a billionaire. Basically, like it's almost like Trump is creating his own norms. You know what I mean? It's like he's creating his own new paradigm of reality. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. Like he's creating this whole new thing that all of us we're like, wait a minute, that's illegal, isn't it? It's yeah, I did it, I did this too. It's like I think a lot of us are taken aback by the level and the depth of his immorality. I think that's how a lot of us feel. People on the left, at least, we're really taken aback. We're really like in our seat. Like seems like every day we're like, you know what I mean? We just like, did he just do it? And then he did, and then she did it. You know, that's it. That's it. It's really it. But I feel like this is the end of an era for these crackers. I said it before that some people feel like with what Trump did with the Secretary of the Navy, that by basically this man won't be prosecuted. But basically, this guy is probably going to retire from the Navy in less than a year and go on to Fox News and get a job there. And he may be making $12 million a year or $3 million a year after he committed war crimes, and he'll get away with it. Well, he already did. And I think there's this idea that if we go into the future, why should a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine risk him losing his career just to stand up and do the right thing, which is to expose wrongdoing, if Trump is just gonna slap him on the wrist? And I get that. Anybody that's saying that, I get what you're saying. You may have a point. But I think the opposite. I think you have a lot of people, and I've known a lot of people, who are not political, who don't pay attention to politics. And when you have a president that does this, that fires Secretary of the Navy and goes after those NOAA analysts because he altered a weather map. These people have gone to school for meteorology. Trump is not. Probably got fucking master's degrees in meteorology. Oh, probably got multiple degrees. This, and they're doing their job, and they're like, no, there's no danger. And I think they were ordered to apologize. When you do things like this, I think it should. Because look, let me tell you, there's a lot of people out here I've met and dealt with who are not political. They believe in the system, and they believe the system isn't perfect, but they believe in certain things. And when a president goes in there and just, well, I'm just going to change everything. I think when you do that, you overstep some bounds, man. You overstep some bounds when you do stuff like that. And I think that those kind of things wakes them up a little bit. People think that, like I said, by him doing this, people won't come out. I don't think so. It's like Trump coming out against the whistleblower. And you would think that that would scare other folks. I don't think so. I think people are starting to realize, the ones, especially if you're not implicated. I'm talking about especially if you're not involved with nothing Trump has done. If you're innocent, completely hands clean, I think you're realizing that what he's done, it rises above the scope of criminality, and it should be brought to the light. And that the harder he fights to keep these things private and secret, it's more clear just how dirty Trump really is. And I think that's where I ended it today. Peace.